What's up everybody, I'm Justin with AmericanTrucks.com, and this is going to be my detailed review and install of the MagnaFlow MF Series Cat-Back Exhaust system. It does feature the dual same side exit configuration before the passenger side rear tire, and it is available for all 2011 through 2014 SuperCrew and SuperCab 5-liter F-150s. Now I think personally the MF Series Cat-Back from MagnaFlow should appeal to the truck owners who want a solid increase in tone, but don't necessarily need to be the loudest truck on the block. Maybe most importantly, it will be for the 5-liter guys out there who want the unique appearance of the dual same side exit configuration that will dump before that passenger side rear tire, a look that's very reminiscent of the second generation Lightning. Finally guys, this thing will land in the middle of the price range at and around that $700 price point, and will install easily without the need for any cutting or permanent modification, giving it a 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter with some more detail later on. Let's start with the most important thing in an exhaust video, of course, that is sound and overall volume. And you guys heard the sound clips, you can be the judge here, but in my opinion, the MagnaFlow is going to be for the truck owners, again, who just want a little bit more sound overall, but you don't want to rattle the neighbor's windows or set off car alarms while driving down the street. This thing will be right in your wheelhouse. So breaking out my wake to neighbor scale, I had this thing middle of the road, 3 out of 5 on my 1 to 5 or 1 to wake to neighbor scale. Interior noise is present, but it's minimal at best. I would think this is going to be a great choice for the daily drivers out there because you are getting a little increase in tone, but the interior noise certainly isn't going to drive you crazy. Now, one thing I did want to point out here with the MagnaFlow system is that, say you love the sound of this thing, but you're really not digging that dual same side exit configuration before the rear tire, well, you're in luck because MagnaFlow offers 6 different configurations for the 11 to 14 5-liter trucks, including this one here, all with different looks, of course, dual split rear exit, single side exit stuff, and everything in between. Now, all 6 of those systems, for the most part, are going to utilize roughly the same MF Series muffler, so don't expect the sound to change too much from system to system. Now, most of the MF Series mufflers here do feature a straight-through design, which will of course help keep your exhaust flow up, and that straight-through by design does feature that perforated tube, as MagnaFlow likes to call it, wrapped in a stainless steel mesh before the entire muffler is stuffed with this acoustic fiber or acoustic fill material. It's gonna help shape the sound overall and deliver that low thumping tone. But sound and design aside, you are getting a very solid build here from the MagnaFlow, and that is something I always like to point out with their systems because it always just kind of jumps out at me. 409 grade stainless steel throughout here, guys, really nice welds, 3-inch mandrel-bent tubing leading into that MF Series muffler. It does step down before exiting out of the 3.5-inch polished and slash cut tips right before that passenger side rear tire again. Now granted, yes, you're not getting 304 grade stainless steel that I'd like to see, but at the same time, you're getting a very solid build instead, all made in the USA and backed by a lifetime warranty. Hitting on the price quickly before we move on to the installation, you're gonna be looking at the high $700 range here with the MagnaFlow system, which pretty much is the going rate for MagnaFlow stuff, depending on how elaborate your system is. Now the dual split rear or side exit systems and the more material can tend to add to the price slightly, but overall, high $700 here for this very system. Now, as far as that installation is concerned, well, again, 1 out of 3 wrenches on the difficulty meter here for SuperCrew and SuperCab owners out there. No cutting, no permanent modification needed, maybe an hour or 2 of your time from start to finish before you're making some noise. Tool list, well, a basic socket set is definitely going to be doing most of your heavy lifting here, gang. Impact gun will certainly speed things up a little bit, and I always like to recommend a little PV Blast, WD-40, any kind of spray lubricant for that matter, just to help loosen up some rusty bolts, in addition to helping you out with those rubber exhaust hangers. Before you can get to work installing the new system, obviously that factory system will need to be dropped first. So go ahead and loosen up that forwardmost clamp, drop the entire factory system down off the hangers. Just be a little careful as it is one piece and can be a little tricky to move around by yourself. Once that factory system is removed, you can get to work installing the new MagnaFlow system here, and as you can see, you're not dealing with a ton of material. There's not a lot of crazy configurations to point out or address with the install, so this one will be very straightforward for you guys. Hang the system starting from front to back. Don't tighten everything up quite yet. Make sure those tips are situated exactly where you want them before hammering things down with your socket set or impact, and your installation is complete. The MagnaFlow systems continue to be one of my top choices on the site, just simply based off of sound alone for the 5-liter trucks. But factor in the very cool Lightning-esque configuration and the solid build quality, and you got a great Cat-Back for the mid to high $700 price point. So that is my review of the MagnaFlow MF series, which you can grab right here at AmericanTrucks.com.